You eat salads. You chug water. You even dutifully spoon down your Greek yogurt. So why does your gut still feel off? You've been told Greek yogurt is a superfood, but the amazing results you were promised just aren't showing up. Well, that's because the true power of Greek yogurt has been hiding in plain sight. I'm going to show you the science-backed reason your current habit isn't working, and how to use this one food to totally transform your gut's entire ecosystem. The answer is way more surprising than you think. Let's be real. You've been there, standing in the dairy aisle staring at a massive wall of yogurts, feeling completely lost. You grab the one that says Greek because, well, you heard it was the best. It's packed with protein, it has probiotics, and it's supposed to be the magic bullet for everything from bloating to your afternoon energy slump. You've been eating it for weeks, maybe even months, yet the bloating is still there. That 3 p.m. crash hits right on schedule. You feel like you're doing all the right things but getting none of the rewards. Here's the frustrating secret. You're not doing anything wrong, but you've only been told part of the story. The advice to just eat Greek yogurt is like being handed a key without knowing which door it opens. The incredible power of this ancient food isn't just about the probiotics it contains, it's about how those probiotics work, what they create, and how they talk to your body in ways science is just now starting to understand. The single biggest misunderstanding about Greek yogurt is thinking that when you eat it, you're sending billions of good bacteria to build a new, permanent colony in your gut. It's what most of us believe. But that's not really how it works, and this difference is everything. Most of the key bacteria in yogurt, like Streptococcus thermophilus and Lactobacillus bulgaricus, are what scientists call transient. They don't move in and set up camp for good. In fact, studies show that if you stop eating yogurt, their presence in your gut drops off dramatically within about a day. Now that might sound disappointing. Like, what's the point if it's only temporary? But this is where we need to flip the script. The fact that they're transient isn't a weakness. It's their greatest strength. They're not residents. They're a highly skilled daily workforce for your gut. Every time you eat the right kind of Greek yogurt, you're sending in this team to get to work on critical jobs. They arrive and immediately start competing with harmful bacteria for space, a process known as competitive exclusion. They help patch up and reinforce the lining of your intestines, making your gut barrier stronger and less leaky. They even interact with your immune cells, helping to calm down inflammation. Then when their shift is over, they fade away. This is why consistency is the secret weapon. Eating yogurt once in a while is like having your construction crew show up every few weeks. They might fix a small problem, but they can't do a full renovation. But when you eat it consistently, you ensure that work is happening every single day. Over time, this daily action fundamentally changes the entire environment of your gut. It creates an ecosystem where your own good bacteria can finally flourish, free from the constant battle with troublemakers. The yogurt bacteria might leave, but the healthier, more resilient home they helped build remains. That is the forever change. For decades, the whole conversation about yogurt has revolved around one thing: live probiotics. We've been taught to picture them as these tiny living heroes we swallow. But focusing only on the living bacteria has made us miss something that might be just as important: what those bacteria produce. These compounds are called postbiotics, and they're the second big revelation. Postbiotics are the beneficial compounds created by probiotics during fermentation and while they're active in your gut. As the probiotics are doing their work, they're churning out a cocktail of powerful substances. These include short-chain fatty acids, SCFAS, which are a superfood for the cells lining your colon. They produce organic acids that help keep your gut at a healthy pH, making it a terrible place for bad bacteria to grow. They even create molecules called bacteriocins, which act like natural, targeted antibiotics against harmful microbes. This is a total game changer because it means the benefits of yogurt don't just depend on the bacteria staying alive. These postbiotic compounds are stable, and they deliver incredible health effects all on their own. They are a major force in reducing inflammation, not just in your gut, but throughout your body. They're critical for strengthening that gut barrier, which is your body's first line of defense. Some research even shows these compounds can influence the gut-brain axis, affecting everything from your mood to your stress levels. So when you eat Greek yogurt, you're not just getting a dose of probiotics, you're getting a dose of their finished work. You're consuming the very molecules that heal your gut lining, fight off invaders, and calm your immune system. It helps explain why the benefits can feel so much faster and more profound than just waiting for bacteria to slowly multiply. You're getting the cause and the effect in the same spoonful. The third revelation goes beyond general gut health and dives into two things most of us really care about: preventing disease and managing our weight. This is where the story gets incredibly specific, and it's backed by some amazing new science. First, disease prevention. Scientists have long suspected a link between dairy and a lower risk of certain diseases, but the evidence was often mixed. However, a major study from February 2025 has drawn one of the clearest lines yet. In this huge study, researchers followed over 150,000 people for decades. They discovered that while yogurt intake wasn't linked to a lower risk of colorectal cancer overall, there was a stunning find for a specific subtype. Regular yogurt consumption was directly tied to a lower risk of developing colorectal tumors that contained the bacteria Bifidobacterium. These tumors make up about 30% of all cases. That's incredibly specific and powerful. It suggests that consistently having beneficial bacteria like Bifidobacterium, a strain often added to high-quality Greek yogurts, may directly help protect against certain cancerous growths in the colon. It's not just a vague health claim, it's a targeted biological mechanism. But the benefit you can feel every single day is yogurt's amazing effect on hunger. You've probably noticed that Greek yogurt for breakfast keeps you feeling fuller for way longer than a bowl of cereal. That's not just in your head, it's due to the unique protein in Greek yogurt, which is mostly a protein called casein. Unlike whey protein, which digests fast, casein is slow digesting. When it hits your stomach, it forms a gel that releases its energy and amino acids into your system over several hours. This slow drip process has a huge effect on your hunger hormones. It triggers the hormones that tell your brain, "Hey, we're full and satisfied," and it quiets the ones that scream, "I'm hungry, go find snacks." By starting your day with a food that gives you that steady, long-lasting feeling of fullness, you are way less likely to give in to cravings for sugary, high-calorie junk. It's a foundation for sustainable weight management, not by starving yourself, but by controlling hunger signals naturally. Knowledge is only useful if you act on it. So now that you know the real science, here's your simple 3-step plan to finally make Greek yogurt work for you. First, pick the right yogurt. Walk right past the ones that look like dessert, the flavored options loaded with sugar that just feed the bad bacteria you're trying to fight. You need to become a label detective. Your mission: find a plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt. On the ingredients list, you must see the words live and active cultures. That's non-negotiable. Look for the starter cultures: Streptococcus thermophilus and Lactobacillus bulgaricus. Bonus points: if you find a brand that adds extra powerhouse strains like Bifidobacterium or Lactobacillus acidophilus, those are the ones with tons of research behind them. Second, get consistent. Remember, these probiotics are your daily gut renovation crew. For them to make a real change, they need to show up for work. The most effective habit is to have about a cup each day. While daily is great for building a routine, research shows that significant benefits like the reduced cancer risk were seen in people eating just 2 or more servings a week. So don't stress about perfection, just aim for consistency. Many people find having it in the morning is a great way to manage hunger all day, but any time works. Third, create a power pairing. Yogurt is great on its own, but you can turbocharge its effects by adding prebiotics. Prebiotics are simply the food that your good bacteria and the probiotic workforce love to eat. Just toss in a handful of berries, a sliced banana, or a spoonful of chia seeds or oats. This gives those probiotics the fuel they need to do their best work. A small drizzle of raw honey can also be great, as it seems to help strains like Bifidobacterium survive, but just don't go overboard. The story of Greek yogurt isn't about some magic one-time fix. It's about a smart, consistent strategy. It's knowing that the benefits come from a daily workforce rebuilding your gut, not from bacteria moving in for good. It's about tapping into the hidden power of the postbiotics they leave behind. And it's using its unique protein to finally get a handle on your hunger. You now have the knowledge that most people are missing. You know what to look for on the label, how to choose the right product, and how to build a simple habit that will create a real, lasting change in your gut. If you want to create a real change in more than just your gut, watch this other video I made. In there, you'll learn more about living your best and healthiest life. Gather this knowledge and use it to your advantage.